we have to ask you: does Dusty Baker hate Chas McCormick?
A little bit. I
Yeah,
feel that way.
yeah, no, definitely.
We, we've seen him and Jose Urquidy. We've seen him and a few other players where they go on their list, but Chaz has pretty much we as a consensus of Astro fans said that Chaz is our center fielder, especially after the World Series catch, everything he did in the World Series. And for some reason, Dusty's like, nah.
I don't get it. Like, I really don't. Like, what was the beef with Chaz's brother?
So basically in the game, I forgot what game it was in the series.
It
Oh, it was
was
the first
the
game of
second.
the second, first or second of the Yankees series. He it was McCormick up in the ninth, and he pulled McCormick and put John Singleton in. And his reasoning was because of projection wise that Singleton was going to hit the slider better than McCormick was. And
Chad just
then
has magic.
yeah, and so then Chaz's brother went on there and said, "This is disrespectful. This is even more disrespectful than when you didn't put him in starting day rotation and the lineup," which we all agree was bullshit, also. But it's just a constant thing, and I feel when it comes to family commenting on stuff, there's a time for it in sports, and there's a time not to be. And on this point, I can't be mad for his brother sticking up for him because he's not the only one.
Yeah, and plus he did it in like a low key kind of way.
Yeah,
Like he wasn't like directly at Dusty like Verlander's brother would do. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But yeah, I'm with you, bro. Like Chaz earned everything. He should get as many at bats as anybody. Like, he's been one of the more consistent people when he's not hurt.
Yeah.
It just feels like like a civil war on our team sometimes. Like even with like the Maldonado Yonder shit. It's like, damn, are we divided like that? Is that why we play like this?
Honestly, it kind of feels that way. Like you're saying, a civil war is the perfect way to describe it.
What if we fucking somebody comes out in the future and be like, this locker room was more fucked up than you think?
They honestly might. Somebody's going to come out in a few years and be like, that was the most toxic locker room. The only reason I stayed there was because they could win rings.
But is it toxic? I think that
that's going to be the word they use.
I think that the fucking the beef is like the OG Astros players kind of realize what the culture is. Like what they built, the ones that been here, what it takes to get to where we want to be. And then sometimes it's like Dusty fights that and he uses that traditional old school bullshit that nobody cares about. You know what I mean? But these guys are too respectful to say anything.
Yeah.
It's difficult because when we won last year, it felt like everybody was like, "We're doing it for Dusty. We're doing it for Dusty." Well, that ship has sailed. You got your ring, bro. Congratulations. And we've seen it all year where it seems like Dusty's demeanor in the beginning was kind of just like, like, oh, how are you going to change the lineup up? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go to the Red Hot Chili Pepper concert and just, it's like, no, like, for real, how are you going to change the lineup up? And then he would get mad. He's that old Gran Torino, get off my yard, like, older dude. And it's like you're getting mad at a reporter for asking you with knowledge and numbers of why you played this or why you didn't do that, and your only thing is, I'm the manager.
That's
Okay,
bullshit.
I'm the reporter. What the hell are you talking about?
It's like that's what Dusty doesn't understand is things happen which would help you make decisions better in the future, but it's like you don't learn from them. For instance, Jordan took that tumble yesterday and we thought he was like legit hurt. Yep. Thank God he's not, but like you shouldn't see Jordan in left field again at all. Don't do it. And if he is, that's Dusty. That's why we hate you. You know what I'm saying? Because you do shit that we know that shouldn't be done. Like, don't risk Jordan in the outfield. Don't do that. Don't mismanage the bullpen. Why is Urquidy pitching in the 9th inning of a game we're going to lose anyway? Like, just save the arm. It's so stupid when he does shit like that. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm trying to, like, give him the benefit of the doubt. Like today's lineup versus the Rangers in the first game of the series was not a bad lineup. I give it to you. You know, McCormick went out there and did his thing, Dusty, keep him in the damn lineup.
For
Word.
real.
But when you don't mess up on the lineup, then it's like I gotta fuck something up. Let me fuck this bullpen up real quick. And then that's what you harp on. Like they're tired, but I'm gonna put Hector Neris in, and then I'm gonna throw Stanek in, and oh he gets hurt, and then I'm gonna throw Phil Maton. It's like, well, what was the point of this? Why? You should just that's stupid.
You should have just saved freaking Urquidy yesterday and pitched him for 3 innings today. That's what you should have done.
Yes. I don't
I just feel at this point that as people who are Astros fans, like die hard, ride or dies before Dusty got here, it's really hard to give him a lot of credit for the World Series last year, in my opinion. Like, I'm under the belief there's a lot of people who could have been the manager and we still would have won.
Yeah.
So because of that, he does shit like this. Like Stanek got hurt today when we all believed that he shouldn't have been out there. Like you're not treating Chaz fairly when he's probably a fan favorite, like more than most. It is beyond repair, in my opinion. Like people just want you gone, and that's just the way it's going to be until he is gone, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's a really good way of looking at it, I think. I think you hit it right on the fucking head when you said no matter who was, there, we probably still would have won the ring.
Well, I didn't say no matter who, but I think there's a lot of people who could have been our coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just really hard to give him a lot of credit for that. Like, because I don't know. I just feel like you didn't do shit. You stepped into a winning position and finally won one.
There's a lot of holes still in this team of us watching them every day. It's inconsistency is probably their biggest thing outside of health. But whenever it comes down to when they start to get consistent, it always feels like Dusty throws them out of it.
Yeah.
Let me try something new. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me mess with the lineup. And it's just there's 20-something games left, Dusty. Like at this point, if you don't know, then you just don't know. Like let's be honest. You want to sit there and chew on your toothpick for a whole 9 innings. Like cool. Now I actually see you sitting out there looking. Now I actually see you getting crunk and get rowdy. Yeah, dude, where was that 160 games ago? Like, it's cool and all, but we're fighting in a division that is tough. Don't get me wrong, but we lost a ton of games.
Yes,
because of you, because of your choices, because of the city will thank me for what I'm doing with Diaz. Bro, the city hates you right now. Like, if we're being realistic here, the only people, and there's no offense, it's not ageism or anything, the only people that defend Dusty are the older people that are like, he ran this team back in 19. And what did they do? Nothing. He got fired from the Nationals. He got fired from the Giants. Like
the Cubs, the Reds, everywhere. Yes. There's a reason he didn't win until he got here. And I'm not trying to say he's a loser. I'm just trying to say, like, don't fucking, just because he's a cool dude, don't fucking like overlook the bad shit. That's the problem, is people overlook the shit that's not helping us. And I know that every player has the ability to do their own thing when they get on the field, and I harp on that. But when your team consistently like shows up and they're not prepared, that's to be pointed back to the coach. Like that's leadership when your team's not motivated or anything like that. So that seems to be a reoccurring thing with Houston since Dusty been here. Just go back to 2019? No, 2021 against the Braves. We showed up to the World Series. We didn't hit a fucking ball.
Worst offense I've seen in a long time.
We just have these lapses in offense under Dusty that we didn't have under Hinch.
No. And
we didn't have that under Espada for them few games he did.
You look at coaches. I mean, I don't care what sport you're looking at. You look at coaches, and every athlete in any shape or form, from professional to amateur, will talk to you about the energy your coach gives you is what you're gonna put in. Like the Deion Sanders, the Eric Spoelstra's, like the Greg Popovich's, and there's a place for older coaches. I mean, as a basketball person, if you can go coach with Greg Popovich, I mean, that's like the holy grail of coaches there. But don't put Dusty as a pedestal up here of, oh man, I don't hear anybody ever in baseball on any show, any ex-player that's like, the Astros are legit because their manager, Dusty Baker. No, they're like, these guys are legit because they know what it takes. They've been there. They have veterans that do that. They know what it takes when the big lights are on. There's none of them being like, man, they got that guy Dusty.
Do you feel like there's beef between Dusty and Dana, and they're just not talking about it?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Like they're keeping it in house?
Yeah, maybe. You know how you said that he got thrown here and it was kind of like a winning team when he first got here?
Yeah.
Do you think it's the same kind of argument as like Kubiak going to the Broncos that first year and winning a Super Bowl?
No, not really.
I mean,
think about it. Like, we literally were coming off of a World Series loss when you got here.
Yeah.
So, like, you stepped into a winning culture. And I'm not saying that you didn't help us since you've been here, because, like, we needed the adults in the room with all that cheating shit, and you helped us probably more than we even realized. But at this point, you're hurting the team, because this is not the team that you walked into.
Yeah.
Like, Tucker's a star now. Jordan's a star now. You got young pitchers who are trying to make a name for themselves, and you just mismanage it. Nick just said it a minute ago, and Kenny Smith has a saying, and this is applicable to every fucking sport, anything where you have a coach. A coach cannot give you confidence. A coach can take your confidence, and that's what he does.
That's true.
I mean, when you have Alvarez and Tucker telling each other, like, no, I'm not moving to where you're at. Your two stars are telling you, hey, this is stupid. I'm not doing this. Like, when else do you hear that shit on anything else of it? And this feels like a season where for sure we're trying to ride it out. Like we've always said in different videos, it feels like last year was Dusty here, Click here, because we knew Click was leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Dana comes in though, and we know what Dana can do. If any Astro fan still questions Dana, just go look at his resume. It speaks for itself.
Word.
Teams were pissed that we got him as a GM.
Yep.
Now, say what you want to say about the trade deadline. Majority of teams didn't trade, or if you want to look at the Angels as one of the worst teams in the trade deadline since recent days, traded for everything and still lost. This trade deadline was weird. You can't put it on just Dana. It's not one person just, hey, I want this guy. Oh, okay, Dana, hey, let me give you him. Yeah, no, it's, hey, I want him. Oh, well, what? Nah, I don't want to give that up. All right, bye.
Yeah.
Be
Not
realistic.
to mention, he probably pulled off one of the steals of the century. For what we're paying for Verlander and gave up, like, he did his thing. I'm good with it. It's just we're inconsistent. It feels like we're always stepping on our own shoestrings. You get a little momentum and you trip yourself up. I don't like that. How the hell does Boston sweep the Yankees? Then we sweep Boston with the most runs we've ever scored in 3 games, and then the Yankees sweep us. How the hell does that work?
Because we suck at Minute Maid. I want second place in this freaking division. I don't want to play another game at Minute Maid. Anybody that has tickets at Minute Maid, sell your tickets, and we will call it whatever the opponent's arena is. We freaking suck at Minute Maid after the All-Star break. I think we have like 9 wins, and we're like 14 losses or some shit.
Word.
And it's not even like nice losses. Like the Mariners walked in and like destroyed our whole team, embarrassment-wise. Then you start arguing with them, and then you get beat even worse. And then you just got demolished by the damn Yankees all over national TV. Yep. After the Yankee fans were like, you're scared of us, and you're like, we're not nothing scared of. And then you get demolished. But, I go to Boston and get the first ever sweep in Fenway in team history.
59 fucking hits in the series. That's crazy shit. Like, how does your bats go from as hot as they've ever been to you can't hit shit?
Yeah. It's like 1 minute, I'm like, damn, they're back.
Yeah.
These are the guys. And then it's like, oh, we're at Minute Maid. Oh.
So it's like stepping on your shoestring, bro. You get a little momentum, and then they just trip themselves. It's crazy. I haven't seen a team this inconsistent in a long time.
Yeah, I don't.
It's frustrating. It really is. We might even be blaming Dusty for some shit he got no control over. But damn it, somebody's got to take the brunt of this shit because
at the end of the day, though,
that bitch.
Yeah. At the end of the day, though, the coaches who in sports is who gets blamed for it. And there's been games that we can go, if we had time in our day, we could go through games and be like, yeah, you lost this game. Dusty. Half of those Rafael Montero games that he put him in, and it's like, what are you freaking doing? This was when he had an ERA of like 20. But
Yep.
he needs innings. You could have put him in yesterday. We were up by 10 freaking points, but no, let me put him in when it's 3-1, and then up it's 7-3 now. Oh man, like.
But then also, like, we can nitpick a lot of shit, but then it kind of lead me back to Dusty. For instance, like, until this week, Christian Javier could not give you innings.
Yes.
It was like 2 or 3 starts in a row where Hunter Brown could not give you innings. Well, guess what? Quit fucking pitching them back to back. That's how your bullpen gets taxed. It's not JP France is not going to get butthurt if you put him between them. That's a Dusty move that should have happened, and he don't do shit like that.
And it's because he says his same shit that he always says. When I have players off and I've already set it up in my schedule, I don't change it. Well, that's stupid. And then
That's
he's like,
lazy.
Whenever I have a pitcher, I don't need to move him because he'll figure it out. Bro, we got 20-some games left. If freaking Christian Javier hasn't figured it out yet, I don't know if I can tell you, dog. You better be hoping somebody else can. And you just lost another guy probably, so you better figure this shit out fast.
I just hope our bats stay awake. Just stay awake. Like, if our bats are on fire, then nobody can say shit about us because we're just one of those. It's actually one of the better lineups that we've ever had, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you got
this team is on. Too, yeah. Like, if you really look at this lineup compared to the other ones, this is probably the best one, like, player for player. You just got to be more consistent.
We don't have Yuli, though, bro.
I know. That's why it's the best one we got. I just fucking with you.
Luckily that has kind of gone down a bit. Yuli Gurriel so far this year, for all you Astro fans that are still on that shit, is hitting 248 average, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs, 67 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's look at who took over his spot.
I know Abreu has 12 home runs.
Abreu is hitting 234, 12 home runs, 63 RBIs, and 106 hits.
Don't care. We should have kept Yuli. Yeah, that's what people are still going to say to this. If Yuli was here, he would have had a better fucking record right now.
I just ask for consistency. That's all I need, people. If you're going to play good, play good. If you're going to play bad, play bad. But don't do both. Because then what do they say? Playing with our consistency is like playing with our emotions, Smokey. Don't do it. This is terrible. Because you don't know who's going to show up. 1988 Mike Tyson or 2009 Mike Tyson. You don't know.
At this point, I don't know what we're
both of them are scary.
I don't know what we get half the time. I mean, luckily, and I don't want to jinx it, but luckily the Rangers fielding sucks, as we've seen countless series. Their pitching in the after starters sucks because they walk people into the bases. They give up ugly sliders. So if you're going to take the lead, this is the time to take it. You're facing the Rangers, and Seattle is playing Cincinnati, which is a very hot, young team that is fighting for the playoffs. This is the time to take it. You're tied now. You need to take it.
But that's what I was talking to your dad last week, and I said the same thing. I was like, I don't think that the Rangers can find it again. They can't. I don't know if they could find the momentum that they had early in the year again. Because they're too hurt, and they're trying to figure out how to get through that. And I think Seattle shot their load too early. Like, you got hot too fucking early, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're already starting to warm up. Like, they shot it too early. So, like, Houston, just be consistent, and we'll run away from these fools. I just know it.
I mean, after this, you got the Padres, and then you have the Athletics, and then you go have Kansas City, and then you go to Orioles, and fuck, that's a Minute Maid. So I don't know.
See, the Padres make me nervous.
Yeah.
Because I know we can get to y'all's pitching, but I know y'all are going to get to ours if we keep throwing that junk shit up there. And y'all got some fucking bombers on that team, son. That is a MLB The Show team that you want to play with.
That ball will be at Toyota Center.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just asking, please, baseball gods and Jesus of baseball, or whoever the hell's listening to me, can you please let Jordan and Tucker's bats wake up, because what they're doing is next to nothing. I need power from those spots.
The good thing is, though, Mariners they're playing the Reds. The Reds are a tough team. They're legit. What their record is 72-68. So they're competing, and then they go into face the Rays, which are 83-55.
Yeah, they're good. They could pitch.
Yes. So they have. Luckily, this is the series where you have to take that gap.
Yep, because they use that gap to catch it. Because they just ran across these easy ass teams, and they use those games to catch up to us. And now we got to get it back away from them with it.
Yeah, and the
Can't
Rangers
waste them, bro.
Rangers play Oakland, and I mean, from what I've seen, I mean, I don't know. This Rangers team is South Oklahoma fans. Your team is even worse than ours as in consistency, but
like their offense ain't bad. They're just not us. Their pitching ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things where it's like it pisses you off because in your heart, you know, it's like we should fuck you up 8 out of 10 times, but
yeah,
we don't do it.
Yeah, I feel like we have a car and it's just like missing like a few gears, but we'll figure it out, Houston. We'll figure it out. We got some games. Dusty, quit your shit. I don't want to hear your stupid post-game stuff talking about, well, I put him in because, I felt, that he was the right guy for the job, and I was going to take him out anyway after the next pitcher just to warm his arm up, grease it up. I don't hear that shit no more, Dusty. Get your shit together. We got to go win this shit. The baseball gods are going to have the Dodgers and the Braves do their thing over there, so that's fine. We gotta run this damn AL. If we can proxy to not do any games at Minute Maid, then I'm cool with it because we suck. But that being said, Houston, let us know what you think of Dusty Baker. I'm gonna put a poll up on YouTube. Be like, do you like Dusty Baker? That's all I was gonna say.
No, it should just be team Dusty or Team Chaz.
That's what we're gonna do right there. Put the poll up. We'll see what it says on the next recording. Houston, be safe, have fun. Hopefully, you had a good Memorial Day weekend. Y'all be safe. Have fun at the school zones tomorrow. HISD. That being said, we're out of here. Bayou City Boys. Like, subscribe. Later.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.